Hello.
Good morning,
Hello.
Yuen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So here, this is Emigdio and Emigdio, Dr. Yuen. We're recording this conversation. Estamos grabando la conversación y tenemos el permiso para utilizarla después para fines de mejorar a otros también la grabación. Emigdio, de tu parte.
Sí, gracias.
Okay, we have permission to use this recording, Dr. Yuen.
Okay.
To,
What country are we talking to now?
¿De qué país estás, Emigdio?
En Arizona.
He is Mexican in Arizona, Dr. Yun.
Oh, Arizona. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Um,
What could I do for him?
so Emigdio, he's had some sugar imbalance, and from about a year to now, uh, he lost his vision, his right eye, left eye, very little vision. He's been diagnosed with arrhythmia, and they want to install a pacemaker, and
Okay.
he's worried.
How old is he now?
¿Qué edad tienes, Emigdio?
53.
53.
Okay, he's a young man. Okay, so
Yeah.
and so besides the heart and the vision and high blood sugar, um, what other problems do you think he has?
Aparte de eso, ¿qué otros problemas crees que tienes, Emigdio?
Pues esos son los principales.
That's it. Those are the main.
Okay, all right. So he's living in Arizona, and he's from Mexico. But number one weakness for him is that he is no longer in Mexico. That weakens him. So it weakens him as a primary weakness. So that would resolve now. And in looking at other things, he got about 6 things that troubles him, and these 6 life problems, you will make them all even and ensure the internal dynamic and boundary to contain them, to be strong in containing them, and the external dynamic in affecting his life will also be even in their effect on him. So that's strong now. And there's really 1,000 reasons, 1,000 causes that affect him a main percent. So the number one is his heart weakness. So his heart weakens him. Does he have any symptoms right now with his heart? Does he
¿Tienes
feel any discomfort there?
síntomas ahorita, incomodidad en el corazón?
Hay momentos en que se me acelera demasiado el ritmo y
Ahorita.
otros en los que está muy bajo el latido del corazón y ahí es como siento desvanecer. Pero en este momento no me pasa eso.
Not at this moment, but he at times that it's too fast and sometimes too slow that he feels to almost vanishing.
What's the last word you used?
Vanishing. Like if he was to vanish, diminishing.
I'm not quite understand that word. Like he will.
He would diminish himself when it goes way down.
I mean, essentially it bothers him, right?
Yeah, esencialmente te preocupa, ¿cierto?
Sí.
So the experience bothers him. So the experience would get stronger or weaker, right, in bothering him. But okay, it bothers him when he has those symptoms, right? So essentially, there's like 10 different uneven symptoms, and they have to be even out. And then there's 10 reasons, 1,000 causes that affect him infinitely. There's no escape. So we have to resolve those. Now, when you think about those symptoms now, having those symptoms now, does it still bother him to have those symptoms?
Ahora piensa en los síntomas en ese momento y ¿Te preocupa igual cuando volverlos a tener o ya es menos la
No,
preocupación?
no, ahorita ya es menos.
Less worry now, Dr. Yuen.
Okay, good. And looking at other situations, now his eyes, does he have any sensation in his eyes?
¿Tienes sensación en tus ojos?
Sí, el derecho como si hubiera una cobertura o
Como
algo espeso,
lo
una
tapara.
cobertura, algo
Lo
así.
tapara. The right eye, like if it was a thick cover over it.
Okay, so his right eye feels different than his left eye, right? Even if he's not just looking at some, using as a vision or judging his right eye just feels different than his left eyes, right?
Entonces el derecho lo sientes diferente que el izquierdo, ¿cierto?
Sí,
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so his eyes are uneven because the unevenness came from his feet, from his testicles, from his hands, from his forearms, from his wrists, from all his fingers. Okay, so I name part of 100 different unevenness. So we make all the 100 unevenness to be even with each other and take away the fear, the grief, and frustration, and the despair, or the emotional attachment to it. So just strengthen that. And the eyes, the vision, physical, mental, emotional, psychological, psychic, spiritual. So psychological, it's like his family have some psychological challenges. So his family is reacting in their mind to life in general, and confused about what to do about it, and discouraged that nothing could be done about it. So we'll change that. Now, how's his eyes seem like to him? In comparison, they still feel not the same with each other.
Ahora, Emegdio compara los ojos, o siente los ojos y compara de nuevo izquierdo y derecho. ¿Cómo lo sientes ahora en relación del uno al otro? ¿Todavía muy
Ok.
diferentes, distantes o menos?
No, menos diferentes.
Less different now, Dr. Yuen.
Okay, that you still perceive the film over his right eye.
¿Percibes un velo sobre tu ojo derecho todavía?
Un poco.
A little bit.
Okay, a little bit. All right, so his eyelid, so the eyes are even, but his eyelids are not. Okay, left eyelid, under eyelid, the left and the right are not even with each other. In fact, the problem more on the left. The weakness is really on the left, making the right stronger than it ought to be. So under the eyelid, the strong than ought to be, it has stagnation, congestion, and inflammation, and you have infestation from other lifetimes of bacteria, yeast, and fungi, pathogens, or parasites, I should say. Okay, now how's the film on his right eye seem like to him now?
Ahora, ¿siente ese velo todavía? Si está ahí, ¿cómo lo sientes ahora?
Se ha quitado, solamente se siente más pegado hacia el lagrimal.
It went away. Now it feels more towards the lacrimal area.
Okay. The lacrimal area really means the upper lateral side. Is that what he meant? They have some sensation there.
The upper what?
Oh, you said lacrimal, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
lacrimal is more like the outside the eye.
Right, right. Ahora se siente más fuera de, como fuera del ojo, ¿cierto? El área lacrimal fuera del ojo.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. So the lacrimal area is where the tears are. Okay. So his tears are not even of both eyes. So the tear distribution, and one eye has more calcium and minerals than the other eye. So we have to make them even with each other. Strengthen lymphatic connection, and the lymphatic connection to the bottom of his feet, and to his feet also, and to his low legs. That affects his eye, and also the reproductive organ. So we strengthen that. And okay, what kind of diagnosis he has for his eye?
¿Qué diagnóstico te dieron para tus ojos?
Se llama ahí se me fue el nombre ahorita. Es o sea, resultado de la diabetes. Se llama
¿Glaucoma?
No,
Okay.
retinopatía diabética.
Some kind of retina, right?
Yeah, diabetic retinopathy.
Well, there's no weakness in his. Is he taking medication for this high blood sugar or diabetes?
¿Te tomas medicación para el diabetes o el descontrol de azúcar?
No, solamente con la alimentación.
No, just with the meal, the food alone, they're controlling.
Okay, that's fine. Then it's good. It's better than if he was taking medication. Okay, so and the retina is not a problem. Anything in the eye is not a problem. The problem he has had nothing to do with the sugar, and he has some spiritual experiences of going blind, and that bothers him. So if you think about to be totally blind, that would bother him, right?
Si te convirtiese ciego totalmente, eso te molestaría, te preocuparía a ti.
Sí, mucho.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, so he had past life experience when he was blind. So not just one past life, it was like 10 different lifetimes he was blind. From illnesses, from disease, and from traumas, from getting too old or to think it's aging, and also other life limitations. So 10 different lifetimes, unevenness, a main reason uneven, a trillion causes uneven, that affect him infinitely, and that's uneven. So we have to remove it from his body, remove his mind from affecting his body, removing the mind affecting his spirit, and his spirit affecting his body. Okay, now let's say he think about going blind now. That still bothers him as much as before.
Ahora piensa como en si te cegaras, ¿te preocuparía igual ahorita mismo?
Pues sí.
Yes.
It still bothers him, man.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. It still bothers him because his family members have similar blindness problem. We have to resolve for his family members, ancestors, and other lifetime descendants, and brothers and sisters. Okay, how about now in comparison? Does it still bother him as much?
Ahora compara de nuevo. ¿Te sigue preocupando eso igual o menos?
Un poco menos.
A little less.
Okay, let's make it so it's completely gone because his mind is in his molecules of his body. His mind is in the quantum particles, inside his cells, inside his tissues, inside his physical systems, and also inside his body structure and outside body structure. Okay, how about now? When you think about going blind now, does it still have the same body as before?
Ahora piensa de nuevo en si te cegaras, ¿te preocupa igual o ya no?
No, es menos.
Yeah, less now, much less.
Okay, so if it's not body at all, then he will have no possibility going blind. Okay, if it bothers him, continue to bother him, then you're more inclined to make that happen. And looking at his blood sugar, it troubled him when his doctor told him he has a sugar problem, right?
Si te preocupa cuando el doctor te dice que hay problemas de azúcar?
Sí.
Yes.
Does he know this doctor from before, or just any doctor?
¿Conoces al doctor desde antes o simplemente es cualquier doctor?
Pues a los doctores que he visto.
So the doctors he's seeing, well, ¿los conocías de antes o no?
No. O sea, los que he visto, la opinión es la misma.
The doctors he has seen, they have the same opinion, but he didn't know him before. No.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. He's just any doctor, right?
Yeah, any doctor. Yeah.
So essentially, when you think about seeing a doctor, he usually don't like to see them, right?
¿No te gusta ver al doctor, digamos?
Sí, no me gusta.
Right, he doesn't like to see them.
Okay, so we have to change that, just like going blind, right? So if he doesn't like to see them, then seeing them is a problem, right? Now, and he will see doctors that actually want to give him a disease, right? So because he doesn't like them, and the doctors see him, they don't like him, right? So that's it's more of a karma with each other. So let's resolve the karma with doctors, because you also have ancestors who are doctors, have karma with other human beings. So we resolve those, and now let's process that more. Okay, now think about go see a doctor now. Does it still bother him to go see one or see them?
Ahora piensa de nuevo en ver al doctor. ¿Te preocupa igual o ya no tanto?
No, ya no.
Not no more, it's gone.
Okay, so it doesn't bother him. So what symptoms he has when, if any, when he thinks he has high blood sugar?
¿Qué síntomas tienes cuando se te sube el azúcar?
Como pesadez en el cuerpo.
Body heaviness.
Y ansiedad.
Anxiety and heaviness.
Okay, so when you think about his sugar going up, he has heaviness and anxiety, right?
Right.
Okay, it's really the opposite. When he has heaviness, when he has anxiety, then he can't burn up his sugar as well. Okay, so let's we do it the way he has it. That when he thinks he have high blood sugar, he will have heaviness and anxiety. But I'm saying he has heaviness and anxiety first. So now let's look at the situation. Heaviness and anxiety is like not knowing what's going on. Heaviness is you lose your agility. That means your fitness. So there's a main reason, a training causes that are affecting him, a main percent, affecting his family, affecting his other lifetimes, and his family other lifetimes. And So put them all together, it's a million uneven reasons, a trillion causes uneven, and the effect would be beyond infinite. Okay, now think about the experience of having high blood sugar, of perceiving heaviness and anxiety now. What does that seem like? Are they still connected with each other?
Ahora piensa en la ansiedad y la pesadez y el azúcar alto. ¿Sientes que están conectados todavía o ya no?
No.
No more.
Okay, so the heaviness is the number one weakness is that he no longer lives in Mexico, so he most likely doesn't know that. And the anxiety is that when he doesn't know what's going on, and when people purposely make him not knowing what's going on. Okay, now is he working in a job right now?
¿Tienes algún empleo?
Sí, doy consultas por internet.
Yes, he does consultations over the internet.
Huh. Well, that's nice. What kind of consultation does he like? Problems?
¿Qué tipo de consultas? ¿Problemas de la vida? ¿O qué?
Sí, es como si fuera coaching, pero se hace meditación para hacer el perdón con los ancestros.
Okay. Yeah, he does meditation and forgiveness with ancestors to people.
Okay, well, it is not as good as it ought to be, right? Mm-hmm. Does he perceive it? It is not as good as it ought to be?
¿Percibes que se pudiera mejorar eso, digamos?
Sí, todavía se puede, claro.
Yes, he could get better.
Okay, but he could connect with what is not good, right?
Puedes conectar con lo que no está bien, digamos, lo que no funciona.
Con lo del corazón, porque no puedo hacer muchas cosas.
With the heart, because he cannot do a lot of things. He's worried he cannot do a lot of things.
Okay, now the heart, besides the rhythm, going up and down, he have other symptoms of his heart that kind of get in the way, or what?
¿Algunos otros síntomas o simplemente eso te baja a ti, se interpone, digamos, en lo que haces, el corazón?
Bueno, se interpone porque no puedo caminar mucho. Antes caminaba bastante. No puedo hacer mucho ejercicio. No tengo la misma resistencia para hacer las cosas ni para trabajar.
Yeah, he cannot walk a lot, not the same strength and resistance as before to work.
You mean physical work?
Yes, physical.
Okay, so when you think about his heart, and when you think about his like fitness, it brings up questions for him, right?
Cuando piensas en el corazón y el fitness tuyo, eso te trae cuestionamiento, ¿no?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. So we will, change your central nervous system. The trouble is meditations that everyone meditate and they weaken their central nervous system because everyone use relaxation as a benefit. But as we always talk about, too much relaxation is actually bad for the heart and bad for the central nervous system, and it's bad for breathing. You can't breathe too well. And it had to be tense and untensing, but right now it's tensing like 50 times less than relaxing. So essentially he's relaxing 50 times more than he tense. So we have to restore that and make it automatic for him. Of course, it would be better if he consciously take charge of it also. So on the heart, connect with the central nervous system. Central nervous system connect strongly with the heart in tensing, untensing, and have the heart tensing, untensing with the rest of the body. The rest of the body tensing and untensing. And meditation. I would say the modern way of meditating, people kind of lost the original intent of meditation, because the original intent of meditation is go right into the deepest part of yourself, which would be the infinitesimal midline, and activate that to tense and untense yourself along with the central nervous system. That's what really missing. When people meditate, they just want to zone out. They relax so much, nothing bothers them, because they numb themselves to life, right? And it would do it would do damage to the heart, right? So I mean, make the heart not functioning as well as it ought to. Now, when you think about his condition now, does he still question about it, or perceive the limitation that he has with it as before?
Ahora piensa de nuevo en el corazón, siente las mismas limitaciones que de antes o ya hay cambio.
No hay cambio.
There's a change now that it's different.
Okay, so we should just invite him to join us and be part of what we want to do for the Spanish-speaking population in the world. Okay, meditation is not correct the way he does it, and in terms of resolving other people's problems, you should be able to resolve every one of their problems, right? Not just limited to certain things to resolve. You resolve everything, okay?
Yeah.
So, and he should be just like me, right? So, I'm not saying people should be like me, but people should be doing what I'm doing in the world, and start with the Spanish-speaking or bilingual Spanish and English people, in this country and in the world, okay?
Yeah.
And trade is, help. Wellness. We are the leading wellness. Okay, wellness is like $4 trillion a year industry. In the movie industry, it's only 40 billion. Okay,
Yeah.
so the movie industry, everyone thinks it's so big, right? But there's only it only grows 40 billion, right? That's nothing compared with the trillion, right?
Yeah.
So we could be a leading exponent if we pull ourselves together. That's all, right?
Yeah.
That not every person for themselves and think that for yourself you're gonna earn more money. Actually, you earn less, right?
That's true.
So we could take charge of the whole wellness industry, and that's what I'm going to do, just for the fun of it, right? I don't need any more money, right? So maybe for two of my children, that's about it. And they don't need that much. They should pay for their property and get a income coming on a regular basis. I still don't want them to be spoiled like Paris Hilton, right? Those people.
Yeah.
All right. So we should have fun doing this. So you explain to him, and that he could join us, right?
Oh yeah, he's got 9 modules.
Okay, then he should join the YMI, and we do some joint venture together. And whatever money he spends, I want him to make it back, 100 times to 1,000, or even